It's the Orioles on Macedon. The final weekend of this regular season commences after the rain out last night. Oktoberfest being celebrated here at the ballpark tonight. Game 1 with a doubleheader due tomorrow and a game on Sunday at 3. And it's the defending world champions in town, the Astros and the Orioles. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, and welcome. Great to have you with us. And what a beautiful night here at the ballpark. And today, the announcement that it is Adam Jones who is the most valuable player of the Orioles for this past season. And there really wasn't much question about that. Take a look at the numbers he has put up. He leads the team average, hits, doubles, and RBIs. Accomplishments, first player to make 11 straight opening day starts in center since Ken Griffey Jr. did it, 89 to 99. 250 home runs, center fielder, one of just 13 in MLB history. The 8th Oriole to play in 1,500 games, 100 career outfield assists. And Buck Showalter has not managed any other player in more games than he has Adam Jones, and he talked about him tonight.
You get to see him evolve as a husband, a father. When I first got here, the way he was thought of and perceived a little bit compared to where he is now. And a lot of people talk the talk but don't walk it as far as community involvement and stuff. So, you know, like all of us, none of us are not without our faults, but Adam's always stood up to anything that he's being critiqued about.
So Jim Palmer, a worthy award.
Oh, it's Adam Jones. I mean, I've been here a long time, over 50 years. Brooks is beloved, Cal, literacy things, all the things he did, and you looked at those numbers and you're going, Adam's not coming back next year. So not only, and we got here, and I think anytime you actually live in Baltimore, and he does that, I mean, he bought a home here, they tell you, hey, it's one thing playing there, but you're going to live in a community, you want to become part of it, and nobody in recent years. And he's grown up with an Oriole uniform. We got here, one of the great trades that Andy McPhail made, getting him from Seattle. So he's grown up in an Oriole uniform, and what he's done both on and off the field is just amazing. And, again, he's such a great role model for anybody, not only here in Baltimore, but anybody that wears a major league uniform. And we know that a lot of players everywhere around, the other 29 cities do a lot, but Adams, boy, he really steps up to the plate. And, let's not forget, again, it's not only what he's done on the field, but what he's done off the field.
He has done major contributions. Boys and Girls Clubs of Baltimore have been some of the majors who have received the monies from he and his wife. Announcement made today, another $450,000 over the years has been contributed here, as Adam wanted to make a final push, believing that he's not going to be coming back, but that's how strongly he feels about the community.
Well, he does. And, and again, a lot of time, the way players are paid now, it's easy to give money, but he gives time. And, he means it. He's sincere. And again, like I said, he got here when he was, 21, going on 22. Here he is at 33. And you put those numbers up, I just think it's I don't know if they can work out a deal with him, but you got to have a role model. And, Buck Showalter talks about it all the time. You want to show a guy how to run down to first base? Watch Adam Jones. You want to go about your business? Watch Adam Jones. You need players like that.
And he'll be recognized by the fans here this final weekend of the regular season. And he will be in the lineup here. When we come back, Mr. Cole has had a magnificent year. And for David Hess, a chance to start a game. Southwest, low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. And by Royal Farms. Pick up your ROFO rewards card today at any Royal Farms to save on gas and to start earning points for free stuff. Details in store. What a gorgeous evening here weather-wise. Game time temperature brought to you by BGE Home. We know more. We do more. It is a very comfortable 69 degrees. Clear skies, humidity down from where it's been the last few days. And we're ready for baseball. For Houston, here's the starting lineup. It'll be Altuve, Reddick, and Bregman. Gonzalez, Correa, and White. McCann, Maldonado, and Kemp. Altuve, one of the game's outstanding hitters this year. 4th in average right now in the league.
And David Hess coming off pretty good start in New York. A couple of solo home runs, 5 innings, 4 hits. So fastball, you can see the slider. His fastball's 91 to 93. He's got the changeup, curveball, with the slider at the equalizer. And again, like I said, only the 2 solo home runs. You can see that not a lot of wins, but they don't score a lot of runs for him. So I mean, they're getting them a little over 3.5 runs a game. And first half ERA over 6 runs a game, 2 and 5. 1 and 5, but ERA right about 4.02. So anytime you pitch, maybe 8 or 9 starts, only 4 runs a game, you're getting a little bit better, and that's really what the mission was for David this year.
He is 25 years old and will get his first appearance against Houston, either as a starter or a reliever. We'll see what he can do against the defending world champions, who are headed to the postseason against the Indians at home to start their first playoff round. And here is Altuve in the leadoff spot. Altuve against the Orioles, 3 for 13 this year. Remember, Houston beat the Orioles 3 consecutive, swept the 3-game series early in the season. Games played in Houston, and they've had the Orioles numbered. They've won 11 of the last 12 games these teams have played. First ball hitting will be fouled back by the Oriole dugout, and a souvenir on the very first pitch thrown. For Hinch and company, a great year, 100 wins, 58 losses. They clinched early in the week, Tuesday, their division championship, which is beginning to be a regularity for them, to their credit. And they put together a ball club that's had sustainability. Altuve, the 0-1 delivery on the way, shows bunt. That's a perfect bunt. Throw will be made, not in time. An infield hit for Altuve. That's all Jace Peterson could do.
Well, again, you talked about getting ready for the playoffs. They will play the Indians, and again, if you give them the bunt, it'll probably be Donaldson at third for the Indians. You take it. You can see the anticipation right here. He's coming in, but you're just playing a little bit deep. So this is a guy the last 4 years. It won't happen this year because of a knee injury. 200 hits or more, 316 lifetime batting average, can steal bases, and you can just see a very multi-talented player.
So Altuve gets on, and here is Reddick. Josh Reddick getting the start in right field. He will take the pitch up high. He too has outstanding speed. That will force Jace Peterson again to have to play in at third base. Reddick has always been very tough on the Orioles. He is a .343 lifetime hitter against the O's. Altuve short lead over there at first base. Has the delivery on the way, and that'll be lofted to left field, very high. Stewart is out there. He'll move in underneath and put it away, and Reddick is retired.
Yeah, take a look at the defense. So we already saw Peterson over at the third, and Mancini across the diamond. VR, Wilkerson, shortstop and second base. Wins doing the catching. The outfield, Stewart, Mullins, and then Adam Jones. Boy, he played all over up in Fenway, playing left. Yankee Stadium right, back in right field here at Camden Yards.
Vying for some MVP votes. Alex Bregman, their third baseman. Career season, 31 home runs, 103 RBIs. He's become the first player in Major League history to have 50 doubles and 30 home runs while playing primarily as a third baseman. And legitimate MVP consideration. Now, Mookie Betts is probably going to win it, but boy, what a year.
And really, only about what? This is his second full year in the big leagues. You talk about drafts out of LSU. He signed back in 2015, very much like Andrew Benintendi of the Red Sox.
Bregman will go off the fists on that one and foul it away.
Yeah, all you got to go. I mean, in your mind's eye, go back to last year's World Series where they beat the Dodgers in 7 games. And, you know, I talked to scouts because, you know, he came up as a shortstop. That's what he played in college. And talked to a lot of scouts early in 2017. They're going, he's struggling at third. But all the great plays in the World Series, the running. I mean, the Brooks Robinson swinging bunts made him look easy. And now with the bat.
All around player right now for this team. Altuve off first. 0-2 delivery on the way, and he got him with high heat. Went upstairs on him.
Yeah, we saw Gary. We saw in New York. I mean, a little late life. You know, the one thing about David Hess, he's not overpowering, but again, the ability once you get to 2 strikes to be able to pitch on the edges of the plate, which he does. So this is an awfully good hitter, and he just goes up the ladder. You know, I mean, you're going to see from Cole, you know, everybody says Garrett Cole when he gets out there, what's the difference? Well, the high fastball. Well, there's a high fastball, threw it right by him.
And that will bring up Gonzalez. Gonzalez getting the start in left field. He has shared that duty out there with Kemp this year in left. Kemp's getting the start in center in this ball game. Lineups are going to be juggled here in the final weekend. Hinch said, I want to get the regulars rested, but not too rested. I want to get the guys on the bench some playing time, but not too much.
Yeah.
It's that balance going into the playoff week that you're trying to find. Hess concerned about Altuve over there at first base.
Well, we told you about the knee problem. I mean, the last 4 years he's stolen over 30 bases. This year for Jose, 17 out of 21, so not running as much.
The infield hit, by the way, was his 26th infield hit of the year on that bunt. 2 down. Altuve has not extended his lead. Pitch will be taken on the outside corner. Gonzalez has had a hot bat since the All-Star break, hitting in 8 of the last 10 and 292 since the start of August. So he's really picked the pace up. Gonzalez 0-1 count on him. Hess will try and get through. The tough inning for him has been the first, allowing 14 first inning runs this year. 0-1 delivery on the way is grounded towards first base right on the line, and he's out of it. Play made by Mancini. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. Took only 9 pitches and faced just 4. Undo that here in game 1 of this set. Take a look at the Orioles starting lineup, brought to you by Southwest. Low fares, nothing to hide. That's transparency. It'll be Mullins, VR, and Mancini, Jones, Stewart, and Joseph. Wilkerson, that's Corbin Joseph. Wilkerson, Peterson, and Wins this season against the Astros in that 3-game set for Adam.
And for Garrett Cole, you can talk, I mean, 54 wins on the road for this team. He's got 7 of them. So, I mean, the fastball, 97.5. He's got a slider, knuckle curveball. This last game, I think he threw probably the most sliders he's thrown since really July, and they worked. Struck out 12 in 7 innings. So again, I mean, he comes in. I mean, he's just having a fabulous year. We got him from the Pirates. in a trade in the offseason. You can see he dominates lefties, does throw some home runs. But I like the description. I was talking to Jeff Blum, who does their TV. He said he pitches mad.
He's got the look.
Yeah.
Mullins leading it off against him. Switch hitter will take it. Cedric has had 2 extensive offers here in the month of September. He's 0 for his last 17. 0-1 delivery on the way will be foul back.
See, I mean, you get a pitch to hit. That's right down the middle, but it's 96 with movement. So it's a ball you foul off, and you know, if you're a veteran pitcher, and Cole is, I mean, he's got, you know, at the end of this year, he'll have over 5 years his major league time. Now you can go to another area.
0-2 up.
He tries to.
Cole is going to become the 3rd pitcher on this team, in all likelihood, to reach 200 innings, which is a phenomenal number in this day and age. He's pitched 194 innings. He pitched 203 last year. He's going to have to get it in, of course, in this game, because it is the final start he is going to make before the playoffs. He has never faced the Orioles before. In strikeouts, he's got 272. He is 2nd in the league, only to teammate Verlander, who's got 280, 8 ahead of him.
Yeah, his strikeouts per inning are almost 2.5 strikeouts more. Brent Strom, you just saw the pitching coach here.
1-2 delivery, a towering pop-up, shallow right. Reddick will have a lot of time to get under this. Second baseman's going to do it instead. Altuve.
I'll take a look at their defense. It's the best in the American League. Gonzalez, Kemp, Reddick, a little different look. Bregman, Correa, Altuve, White, Tyler White over at first, and then Martin Maldonado came over from the Angels July 26th. They got a Gold Glove caliber catcher now, because he can flat out throw.
Here's Jonathan Villar. Villar has actually faced Cole before. He's gone 0 for 3 against him. Switch hitter will take the pitch for a strike. And the Orioles turnover, of course, evidenced again. And those who have not played this year against Houston, Villar is one of them. Stewart, Mullins, Peterson, Villar, Wilkerson. None of them have played against Houston this season. Just highlighting how this roster of the Orioles has been flipped over. They are having an outstanding finish for the Orioles. And the stolen bases, of course, have been the highlight since joining the Orioles. 2nd in stolen bases in the league with 20 since he joined. And there's that moving fastball at 97.
Yeah. Well, you think you got it centered, and again, life, velocity. And I think, I mean, already we've seen him get away with balls, and it's only 5, you know, 8 pitches, but 5 or 6 fastballs where he can pitch right in the middle of the plate. Fastball's that good.
Yep. He was 12-12 last year, 15-5 this year. Pitch will be taken down low. He's dropped his ERA from 4.26 last year down to the 2.92 coming into this ball game. And opponents hit 254 against him last year. That's good. This year, 197. And there's one of them. Base hit into left field. Villar keeps the hot bat going. Gonzalez will get it in. 1 on and 1 down.
Well, again, there's your fastball, and I mean, you can see it run. Looks like a 2-seamer. But as you know, Villar, I mean, he can hit a little bit. He can hit home runs this way, turn on him, and every time he gets on base, is a potential double.
Villar loves it because he played for Houston. They let him go. He played in 2013, 14, and 15 before going over to Milwaukee. So he's playing against a ball club, a franchise that he was almost on for the championship. Here is Trey Mancini. Mancini coming in with a hot bat here also. Second half. Hitting 282 since the All-Star break. 0-1 count. Very short lead at first. Mancini chops it. May have hit the glove. Altuve's got to go to first. Oh, what a play. Tremendous throw off balance by Altuve at second base.
Well, he's won a Gold Glove, and you can see why. Range. And again, you know, hurt the knee. I mean, missed about 6 weeks. So you think this is a base hit. Well, nope. Here comes the guy out of Venezuela. You ever want to think about, should we go down to the Dominican or Panama, Colombia, Venezuela? The guy's hit, what, 2 batting champs, 4 straight 200
Listen to the hand for Adam Jones.
Well, I think that's why a lot of the people came to the ballpark. You know, it's coaster night, but hey, chance to appreciate one of the great Oriole players. I mean, 11 years here in Oriole uniform.
Orioles MVP of the year. He's been receiving that over this month here at home. Swing and a foul tip. Boy, that caught a piece of Meldon out of the catcher. Almost knocked him over. Great defensive catcher behind the plate.
Yeah. Well, that's why they traded for him. And again, you get a defensive stalwart. McCann was having knee surgery. Take a look. I think this gets him almost dead center right in the mask. I mean, you could see the recoil.
Wow. Runner on at second base for Jones against Houston at a big series, 5 for 12. A homer and 4 RBIs. Take a look at our league leaderboard, brought to you by Coons. When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons.
Well, there they go. You know, and pretty good number. And you know, Bogarts is having a terrific year. I saw him last, or at least early in the week, up in Boston. And you know, Diaz hit the Orioles well this year for the Jays.
VR, outstanding speed at second base. Ball will be outside and blocked.
Yeah, how many catchers catch that ball? You know, you're sitting in the middle of the plate. That's an 88-mile-per-hour slider, and made it look somewhat routine. Of course, where'd he come from? He came from the Angels. You play for Mike Scioscia. You better be able to catch, or you go somewhere else in DH.
Exactly. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Adam trying to get a run in early here against Houston. For Cole, the runner in scoring position number against him is 176. Pitch on the way, reached and loops that one foul down the line.
Well, take a look right here. I mean, that's a lot of games with 3 hits. You know, the night in Boston, able to do it. You know, the power number's down a little bit, but for the second half of the year, you really have to pitch to Adam Jones. You know, when you know, Stope gone, Machado gone, so not a lot of protection. Trumbo injured.
1-2 delivery, and again reaching, and he's got a base hit. It'll roll into foul territory. VR will score. Adams going to go for 2. Reddick had a little trouble picking it up. An RBI double, and the Orioles are on the board.
Well, an excuse me double. I think Adam goes, you know what? If I take this, I'm out. So why don't I just swing? And I mean, it's a very late swing. Ball slows down a little. Ball, it travels. Well, what a great angle right here. I mean, he just a little pepper. I just kind of poke it. I mean, that's all he did. And you can see the ball slicing off the bat. Ball play in front of him, easily into second with a double.
63 RBIs for Adam in his 34th double of the season. And the Orioles get one against Cole here in the first inning. And it comes with 2 down. That'll bring Stewart up, getting the start in left field. DJ Stewart after an RBI, and he'll take the big rip on a pitch up 0-1. Another 97-mile-an-hour fastball.
Well, that's his average fastball, Gary. Oof. Yeah.
Left-handers against Cole, hitting 160. He has those reverse numbers we've talked about all year. Right-handers actually hit better at 230. And the left-handers 160. Home run wise, 12 by the righties, 7 by the left-handers. Stewart has had multi-hit games, 2 of the last 3 that he has played in. First chance against Houston. Off-speed pitch is way up high.
Yeah, we've seen DJ Stewart, you know, change off Estrada, first major league home run here at Camden Yards. Right off the foul pole. Dave Robertson, good curveball, threw him 1, homered in Yankee Stadium. Hanley, a changeup, double.
Towering fly ball will go towards right center. Center fielder Kemp will come over and put it away. But Adam Jones begins what may be his final series in an Orioles uniform by delivering that RBI double. The Orioles have a 1-0 lead.
year the Orioles started at home against the Twins, your first road trip, defending world champs. They haven't won. The Orioles haven't won in Houston since June of 2015.
Yikes!
Yes, but they lose 3 in a row. Then they go to New York and win 3 out of 4. So you think, well, wait a minute, we can turn this around. Well, not to be.
Not to be. Orioles with a 1-0 lead. Breaking ball delivered by Hess. Correa's in the lineup. He will be in and out of the lineup here for the weekend. 14 home runs, 63 RBIs. Their shortstop. He went 2 for 3 with a home run and 3 RBIs against the Orioles.
Yeah,
1-0 count.
Yeah, he's had some kind of oblique or back problems, and you know, he's only 24. He's already been in 24 playoff games. But 13 extra base hits, 10 RBIs. A guy you can plug in, can hit home runs. A little bit of, kind of a Manny Machado player with power, hits the ball all over the ballpark. Really good defensive player.
They're concerned. As Jim said, he was out. He missed 8 days prior to their last game that he appeared in with that back problem. And so Hinch, is he okay? 2 big questions are Carlos Correa and Lance McCullers Jr. They both came back in the last game played for the first time, because Lance McCullers had been out of the lineup since August 4. He is a starter who's not going to start in the postseason because he can't get ready in time. But they would like to have him out of the bullpen.
Yeah, which is kind of the role he assumed in the World Series last year.
And we expect to see him in this series. Hinch wants to use him. He wants him to pitch out of the bullpen one more time.
Yeah, well, I saw him today. He was coming in on a card. I said, hey, how's the elbow? He shook hands. I said, don't ever do that, man. Do it with the other arm. And
ball's going to get away.
Yeah, but he's taking.
Did he go around? Throws on a strike 3 strikeout, and that's one for the books right there.
Well, I just think he thought it was ball 4,
He did.
but they called him on the swing, so he's taking off his equipment.
Yeah,
I can't do both at the same time. No. This is right. So there, did he swing? Yes. I mean, it's close, but yeah, it's a ball. No, they called him out. Bill Miller. I don't know what Bill Miller knows or not at home plate.
And he called strike 3, and then they wanted. That was after it was asked at first base by Angel Hernandez, did he swing? And Miller got the sign yes. And while Miller's putting his arm up for strike 3, Correa's taking off the shin guard. I think you're seeing everything out in this game. So Correa's out of there and a strikeout. That'll bring White to the plate. Tyler White getting the start at first base. Gurriel has played there all year and will be in the postseason. Gurriel getting a game off, and White getting the start here in this game.
Yeah, well, White in the big leagues the last couple of years. 33rd round. 3-3. And they like him as a hitter. You can see August, September not as good. There's Gurriel, and boy, did he have a nice year. Well, he's had a nice year last year, nice year this year. I talked to Richie Dower, one of my former teammates, who was the first base coach for him last year, and then had the brain injury and doing great. But he said, you know what, Gurriel was one of the, and again, being there all year long, and with all the great players, is as good as anybody in the clubhouse, on the field. So yeah, he will be back for the playoffs out of Cuba.
Yep, he's fine. He's just getting a rest. Yeah. And Tyler White will take the pitch, and the count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Orioles' David Hess has got a 1-0 lead. He's got McCann waiting on deck, who is the designated hitter. White out of Western Carolina University. 4 years he played there, in the infield in college too. He was first and third there. 2-2 delivery on the way, and just missed outside.
Yeah, they got a lot of options. I mean, for DHs and all that. I mean, they got Evan Gattis, who's over 25 home runs again, but as AJ Hinch will tell you, he's a streaky hitter. So they're trying to get the guys that are streaking when they start that playoff series against the Indians.
3 ball, 2 strike delivery on the way, inside out, and there'll be no play on that. Back into the seats. Count stays full. As you enjoy a Miller Lite, look forward to the whole true moment later in tonight's game. Month of September, Houston has gone 18-5, and for the Orioles, they are 6-17. Houston has had, for the last couple of years, great finishes in the final month. 3-2 pitch on the way and got him on the inside corner. Boy, did he mark that one.
Yeah, I think Bill Miller is one of those generous umpires. I think Tyler White thinks this is low, and it might be, but it's over the plate. Take a look right here. Yeah, a nice job by Austin Wynns, brings it up. Yeah, so right around the knees. Of course, you're hitting, and that's strike 3. You want it to be a ball, but it wasn't.
Bill Miller, based on our history, is the 4th most pronounced umpire to favor pitchers.
Yep, well, you've already seen it.
Yep. And the pitch will be taken down low. Here's McCann, veteran, who has done most of the catching this year. He and Maldonado have shared the jobs, but McCann's had more games behind the plate. He is DHing and driving. That is deep to left field, and it'll be near the warning track. Hauled in by Stewart. Hess retires the side in order, and the Orioles have a 1-0 lead. Manira Neem from Skaggsville. Manira's already won 500 for being selected, 500 more for every Orioles home run hit during our game tonight. Manira, good luck, as the Orioles will see if they use the long ball against Houston tonight. Pretty good crowd on hand here with the festivities of the final weekend, Fan Appreciation Weekend. Don't forget, it is a double header tomorrow. First game starts at 4. Second game will start about a half hour later. Dylan Bundy, Justin Verlander in game 1. Jeffrey Ramirez, Dallas Keuchel in game 2. 4 o'clock, single admission. You're in for 2.
Yep.
Pitch taken for a strike. Corbin Joseph getting a chance as the DH for the Orioles. Only 15 at-bats since being called up.
Yeah, 312 hitter with 30 doubles, 17 home runs, but at Double-A. And
shallow center field, and it'll be hauled in. Correa, the shortstop, was moved in that direction anyway.
So Garrett Cole, #1 draft choice. I mean, number in the country. What a draft. Bauer, Bradley, Bundy, Lindor, Baez, who may be the MVP in the National League. We'll see George Springer, John Gray, Rendon, Jose Fernandez, tragically killed in that boating, and then Nimmo for the Mets, all in one draft. Pretty nice draft class.
Oh, you don't get that many who make it to that level.
Well, hard to go
often.
wrong, right? That's
well, no, actually, it's pretty easy to go wrong.
I mean that year.
Yeah. 1-0 pitch. Well, every year, those who select in the first 10 all go, man, we can't miss on these guys, and then you're lucky if you get one of them who actually has a pro career.
Well, Springer was their first rounder.
Wilkerson getting the start. Switch hitter will go after it down the line, left field, long run. Gonzalez over and has room. Couple of quick outs.
Well, take a look. Again, this is a team that you can see 106, 107, 111 losses. So Luno comes over from the Cardinals, 42 games behind, lowest payroll in 2013. So again, they start getting guys, and Hinch comes, they get a little bit better. And then, and then in 2016, even a little bit better. And they make a bunch of changes last year. Get Verlander down the stretch. Reddick comes over as a free agent.
101 wins.
Yeah.
That'll go to left, and it will be hauled in. So Peterson is retired. Took Cole only 6 pitches to retire the Orioles in order. Orioles up 1-0. Dominion National, providing innovative high-value dental and vision benefits to area employers and individuals. One nothing ball game with the Orioles on top. Adam Jones the RBI. Houston will bat here in the top of the 3rd inning against David Hess. No walks and 3 strikeouts already in the ball game. It'll bring up Maldonado, followed by Kemp, and then Altuve at the top of the order. Maldonado will take the pitch away. He is the only Astro in this lineup who's faced Hess. He's gone 1 for 3 against David. He's been on a pretty good tear, hitting .280 over the last month. And he's going to add to that right here. Got one up, leadoff single. Maldonado on. Take a look at our Maryland Live Casino inside the numbers.
Well, look at the numbers, and they've gotten better as the season's gone on. I mean, very low runner in scoring position number. League average around usually in the 250-ish. Even a little bit better with 2 out. Home runs have hurt him. 63 runs, 30 of them on via the home run, 19 coming in. So home runs in 14. This will be his 20th appearance, 20th start, 21st game.
Nobody out, runner on, and a breaking ball will miss inside to Kemp. Tony Kemp hitting in the number 9 spot. Only .209 in the month of September for Kemp. He has played a lot of center field, getting a start, a lot of left field rather, getting a start in center tonight.
Well, contact hitter, they can steal some bases.
Runner stays, hit him on the foot.
Yeah. Not the way you want to start, because you're back, now you get Altuve, you already bunted his way on. So here we are in the 3rd. They're coming up now. Altuve, who, I mean, he's pretty much automatic. He's going to put the ball in play. So here's another hook, and the thing is, he doesn't throw a lot of curveballs, but he throws a couple, and the second one hits him. So the on base percentage at .400, that just went up a little bit.
Altuve, .325 in these situations, runners in scoring position. You're looking at the ball club, second only to the Red Sox with a .288 team average, just 2 points behind Boston with runners in scoring position. So Altuve gets an opportunity. He leads the majors with a .346 average on the road. He's a hard out everywhere, but on the road even more so.
Well, back control. And again, out of Venezuela, $15,000 signing bonus.
Towering fly ball to left field. It'll go near the warning track and hauled in by Stewart. Runner's tag. Throw is going to come to third base, and they got him. How about that? DJ Stewart. He had 1 foot on the warning track, and he went for the runner trying to move up to third base, Maldonado, and he got him.
Well, he does a pretty good job of actually anticipating there may be a tag up and try to advance. So right there off the back foot, and then what they say about him, accurate arm. And there's your one hopper. Nice little tag by Jace Peterson. You know, you got a catcher, so he probably doesn't run as much. David has liked it.
So that'll end up being a double play on that. And down to second base will go Kemp with 2 down now. Throw to pick off. Seen a lot of that with VR out there at shortstop, who loves moving in behind runners. And that keeps him a little bit closer. For Stewart, that is his first career assist, by the way, in the outfield, and a real nice play.
Yeah, when Hess pitches, guys throw out guys at bases. Adam did it in the Toronto game at home with the bases loaded, nobody out. Got him out of a jam in the early innings. Adams' first assist from right field.
Reddick, tough September so far for him, hitting only 192.
Yeah, the home runs are there, Gary. What, 3 home runs in his last 9 games, but the batting average. Had a leg infection early on in the season, so not as many at bats over the course of the year. Plus defender.
He'll take the pitch outside. Marishnik is the best defensive player, outfielder they have on the team. He has been in center field. He was going to start in center field last night, actually. They changed it up to Kemp today, but they've got some really good defensive players, and Marishnik's got great coverage out there in the outfield and a real good arm. 2-0 delivery on the way, and a breaking ball hit in the air, left center field, way up in the air, and it'll be hauled in by Stewart. So Stewart covers some ground, has a solid defensive inning. No runs on a hit and a runner left on. Orioles up 1-0. And when the Orioles take on these Astros, the first 35,000 fans 15 and over will receive an Orioles puffy vest. This is, of course, the final Saturday of the regular season, and it is a doubleheader starting at 4. Tickets are available for as low as $15. You can get yours at Orioles.com, and it is a single admission doubleheader. 4 o'clock. Second game will start about a half hour later. And that young man is already going to be there.
Yeah, right. And you know, if you come, you get to see Bundy, and also you get and Jeffrey Ramirez, but you get the two former Cy Young Award winners for the Astros. And Keuchel and Verlander will pitch that first game. He only has 280 strikeouts.
That's all. Austin Wynn standing in. He's had hits 4 of the last 5 for 15. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball down and away from Garrett Cole. And he'll chase. Well, ball goes second base, and Altuve says, "You want me to get it?"
Well, yeah, he took a little backpedaling, kind of looking out at center field, as he is right now, walking away. And
He's only 27 years old. Not Altuve, Cole. He's got 74 wins, 47 losses in his career. 0-2 delivery and an off-speed pitch gets him swinging.
Well, like we said, I went about 17 sliders in his last start. There's another one, and he said, boy, it worked. I hadn't had it in a while. And it's hard to have a curveball and a slider, even though he throws the knuckle curveball. But what he does have, that pitch, and then about 97 to go with it.
These Astro pitchers, new major league record in strikeouts. That's the 1,645th strikeout. And that is a major league record. The Indians had set the mark last year with 1614. So the Astros staff already over that and adding to it as they roll along. 1-0 count. Mullins popped out his first time up. Drawing Bregman in at third base, fouls it off.
Well, they trade for a guy that's a power pitcher. I mean, it came into the season 59 wins and 42 losses. He stayed relatively healthy the year before last. Had some little shoulder problems, but again, if he stays healthy, he can deal.
1-1 delivery on the way.
I think the one thing, of course, is hey, he's going to pitch in the postseason for the first time.
He has won his last 5 decisions, covering 7 games. 2-1 delivery hit hard, and that's a base hit. He got one up. Mullins didn't miss that one. Cedric on with a 1-out single. Oriole fans, the day after the Orioles score 5 runs or more, get 50% off regular menu online orders at papajohns.com with promo code Orioles5. Enjoy the quality pizza you've come to expect from your locally owned and operated Papa John's. Well, the Orioles hit number 2, the first one VR in the first inning, and he scored on the second hit, number 3 rather. Second hit was Jones' RBI double. Here is Jonathan VR. He got that single. His first hit, Ford bats off Cole. That one's whoa, almost took off his pitcher's head as breaking from first base was Mullins, and Maldonado thought the ball was in play.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of. Yeah, I mean, right there. See,
thought it was a fair ball.
Yeah, well, it hits off his leg and does go fair. So double play is in order. Yeah, right there. See, he sees the fact that it hit his leg, and so he stops. But Maldonado doesn't know. Get an idea of the arm strength.
Cole did the incoming on that one. And down goes Cole. What a breaking ball that was. 83 miles an hour and wrapped around the outer third of the plate. 2 strikes on VR.
Well, it looks like Cole, when you watch some of the highlights, he can get you out a lot of different ways. So fastball for a base hit away, and now all of a sudden got a lot of options once you get to 0-2. Yeah, thought about it. There's another curveball. He has a changeup. He doesn't use it a lot, but he's got it.
Jonathan VR with Houston in 2013. He played 58 games, hit 243. 2014 he played 87 games that hit just 209. In 2015 he hit 284 in 53 ball games. 1-2 delivery, runner goes. Maldonado there with a throw and got him, and that was a heck of a toss by Maldonado, who is second in the majors in throwing out base stealers.
Well, they talk about pop time from the time that you catch the ball. So you can see, I mean, there's a lot of speed here, but again, I mean, it's just a bullet.
He's thrown out 48%.
Yeah, and again, all Correa has to do is just catch it and drop the glove.
Caught stealing on the 2-6.
Well, if you're Jeff Luna, you're going, okay, how, as defending world champions, as we approach the trading deadline, can we get better? Well, there's one of the reasons.
And that's StatCast View, StatCast AI, powered by AWS. So VR 3-2, 2 down, nobody on. Foul back over the screen. So the defense, you can see why already in this ball game they make big plays, why they are the #1 defensive team in the American League, committing the fewest errors. Altuve's made a great play. Correa putting a tag on. Maldonado with the outstanding throw. And those are all big plays that change a ball game. 3-2 delivery. He hacks it foul again.
Well, they have a lot of interchangeable parts, and you know, Gonzalez can play all over. He can play first base. He can do a lot of things. Springer can play center, right. You know, if you don't want to play Marishnik, who doesn't hit that particularly well. McCann coming off a knee surgery in July, so we'll see if he catches in any of these games.
He looks like a caveman going out to find an animal. Foul back into the screen. The count goes to 3-2. So
yeah. Well, he was one of the parts. You know, they got Reddick last year. They got him. Reddick signed a 5-year deal.
Carries that around. I'm assuming to, you know, stay loose, heavy weighted bat.
Yeah, that'll make his regular bat, who's already probably pretty light, feel even lighter.
Or you can eat it and call it a turkey leg.
Yeah.
The pitch will be taken inside.
You ever go to Disneyland and they sell the big drumsticks and all that? Yeah, I mean, it looks like you'll see people sitting on benches like cavemen. I mean, just gnawing away. You know.
So much to see and do in the beaches and islands of Sarasota, Florida's Gulf Coast. Go beyond the stadium to the area's beaches known to be some of the best in the world. Plan now at visitsarasota.com. Trey Mancini grounded out his first time up. Altuve made a great play on him. Villar over there at first, the Oriole base stealer. And you can steal, and there he goes. Oh, mercy, he came back. He would have walked into second. He was off and going. Cole never looked over.
Yeah, I find it hard to believe. I think he said, boy, there's got to be something wrong here. Well, look at that running lead. But I don't think he was really ready to run. And,
against Cole, they're 14 out of 18 stealing bases. And now Cole, pay attention.
I'll take a look. And I mean, again, Mondesi, you know, they were tied and he got to play last night. Orioles get rained out. So, of course, Alex Smith, high percentage of getting caught. 34 out of 39 for Jonathan Villar.
Our PNC inside the numbers, and Cole's going to toss over a couple of times now.
Well, the whole thing, if you're a base runner, is you want to disrupt the timing of Gary Cole in this case and hope that with 2 outs he'll worry more about you and maybe he'll get a ball in the middle of the plate. Mancini with 24 home runs.
Trey will go after it. Inside out foul. 1 ball 1 strike count on Trey Mancini. Great second half of the year has really helped the Orioles offensively. This month for the Orioles, there's just not been a lot of help anywhere. Orioles next to last in runs scored here in September, and the highest ERA in the American League. Man, he has got an enormous lead over there at first base.
Well, I asked him today, I said, were you always fast? He said, oh, when I was a kid I could run. I said, no, but I mean fast. I know you can steal bases, but you were fast. Oh, he said, I'm fast. And Carlos Sabero, who's the first base coach with the Brewers, he said that's where he got to the other level. That's what, 2016, when he, as you talked about, got traded to the Brewers, sold 62 bases, led the National League. And
Trey will go after one that stayed down.
But he was saying, and you know, Brady Anderson, when he stole 50 bases for the Orioles, Al Bunbury the same thing. Even Don Baylor early on one year with over 50. Can't be afraid of getting thrown out, but you got to know your pitchers. You got to know what they can do, how quick they are. He said, I get a big lead, and it's kind of a one-way lead to see if they have any good moves. And
he's going. No. Ground ball's going to go towards short, cut off at third. Play will be at first base. Bregman gets the job done. So a caught stealing matters for the second out in the inning. Runner left on at first. oddities of 18. Nobody in either league has thrown more than one complete game shutout this year. There has never been a season where no pitcher threw at least 2 shutouts. There is this year so far. And the Tampa Bay Rays are the first team since the '51 New York Baseball Giants to start 3-12 or worse through 15 games and then jump to 18 games over during the year. Tampa Bay Rays did that this season. They are 17 over right now, but they were 18 over 2 days ago. And no other team since the Giants had done that. And of course, we're still keeping an eye. We'll keep an eye on it Sunday, the final day. Will this be the first year where there are more strikeouts in Major League Baseball than hits? It's close. It's about 40 differential, strikeouts leading. Alex Bregman, and he will take the pitch down low, 1-1.
Yeah, nice little high fastball, got ahead of Alex and then up in the zone right on the outside corner. A little different here because he gets to see it. Well, what a year, 51 doubles, #1 in the American League.
1-1 delivery to him. Good off-speed pitch and timing off. And got it in there for a strike. David Hess.
Well, we highlighted the slider because it kind of makes everything different. Now all of a sudden Wilkerson will move to the other side of second base, the right field side.
1-2 delivery on the way and up high.
Yeah,
for Bregman, among the numbers, he is 5th in runs scored, 5th in RBIs too. He's extra base hits. He is 2nd on the year in that department. He's up there in game-winning RBIs and game-tying RBIs, each in the top 5. Got him on a pitch at the knees.
Yeah, perfect pitch. Yeah, David already has made a lot of quality pitches, and this is one of them. You know, when he got in trouble, that first start against Tampa, gives up 3 runs in the first inning, settles down. It's just because the ball's too much in the middle of the plate. That ball is low and away, perfect pitch. And also, I mean, Bregman's working on one of those 53 consecutive road game getting on base. So trying to keep that. Couldn't hit that pitch. Couldn't even get the bat off his shoulder.
Oriole pitching coach Roger McDowell watching. Here's Gonzalez, who grounded out his first time up. And that breaking ball will be in the inside corner as well. We told you Bill Miller, the umpire, is going to give the advantage to the pitchers on these tight ones. So the hitters, #1, should know that coming into the game and not be surprised when it happens.
I think they're well aware of it now.
I think so. Yeah. They're not paying attention.
Yeah, get your golf spikes on. Hit the low pitch.
That's the one you go after. 0-2.
And that certainly helps because it does get hitters getting a little bit more aggressive once they know. I mean, every umpire, I mean, they're supposed to have some standardized strike zone, but they're all different. It's just the way it is. Just like every pitcher's different.
0-2 the count. Bill Miller, the crew chief for this umpiring crew. Angel Hernandez, Alan Porter, Ed Whitson, and a step out. Gonzalez, free agents. Free agency coming up for next year. He's one of those MVP guys, most versatile players. Short, third, first, all the outfield positions last year. Big chopper to first base. Well, that was a nice big charity hop for Mancini. 2 down. 4th inning of Orioles baseball brought to you by the all-wheel drive RAV4. Toyota, what drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. 2 away, nobody on. 4th inning, Orioles have the 1-0 lead. Adam Jones double RBI first inning, bringing in VR, who had picked up a 1-out single. So bring up Carlos Correa. Correa, the shortstop, strikeout victim his first time up. And a 1-0 count on him. 2 down, nobody on. .0 delivery on the way.
Yeah,
boy, that's good pitch.
Yeah, really good.
A lot of movement. David Hess.
Well, that's the slider, and it just, yeah, it does give you movement. If you can throw it low and away, I mean, you live for those moments.
1 ball, 1 strike delivery on the way. Went back outside with it. Couldn't get him to swing at it, though.
You know, we talk about the Orioles rebuilding, and they'll get the #1 draft choice. So Springer was in the first round back in, what, 2011. Correa, the #1 guy picked out of Puerto Rico the next year, 2012.
2 1s right there.
Yeah, perfect pitch. Even if you're looking for that pitch, you're not going to hit it. No interest. Still got 1 strike to work with.
Correa 2 balls 2 strikes. Defense straight up against him. Not much of a breeze at all the ballpark right now. Ground ball back to the mound. Hess. Mancini. And a 1-2-3 inning. Great job done by Hess through 4, protecting a 1-0 lead. A light hold true moment.
I'll take a look. And Adam, a lot of times with 2 strikes, can you put it in play? Well, you can. Little check swing, almost like playing pepper down into the corner. Reddick's going to run around, and then VR with great speed easily scores 2-out base hit. Kind of like those 2-strike base hit too.
Cole's delivery to him, swung on and missed. Cole with a walk and a strikeout. Hess no walks, 4 strikeouts. And Adam Jones, the extra base hit the Orioles have in the ball game that you saw right there. So Adam continues his run this year against Houston, 6 for 13, 5 RBIs. Breaking ball away, and an 0-2 count from Garrett Cole. First appearance against the Orioles for Cole. Defense shaded to right in the outfield. And Adam on a pitch down and in, swings through it, will be tagged out for the strikeout.
Well, when you're striking out almost 12.5 hitters per 9, this is, I mean, you got them all going. I mean, we've seen the slider, that's the curveball, the knuckle curve. And, you know, again, 97 or so. Able to throw a lot of strikes. You can see right there. I mean, you know, I was looking at, I mean, you see right there, 34% of the time on the curveball, they don't hit it. And there's your fastball at 95. Not afraid to throw it over early either.
DJ Stewart flied out to center field first time up. The infield moves around on him. And a little chopper that's going to go foul. And an 0-2 count. So Cole, as he usually does, throwing a lot of strikes here in this ball game.
Yeah, a little over 16 per inning. But it looked to me he's got a pretty good idea of what he wants to do.
Cy Young contender. Not going to win it probably, but certainly some numbers to be considered. 0-2 pitch on the way, and that'll be up and away. Among the leaders in the American League, the strikeout rate Jim has talked about, second in strikeouts overall. That 197 batting average, second lowest, third in opponent OPS against him. Fifth in innings pitched coming in, and that's going to jump up. He's on the verge of reaching the 200 pitch mark in this ball game, and has been at many of these games virtually unhittable. His strikeouts have gone up this year from last year by 4 per 9 innings, and the hits have gone down by 2.5 per 9 innings. 2-2 delivery and just fights it off. Pitch up a little bit.
And we were talking before the game. He's going to be one of their 3 pitchers, Keuchel, Verlander, who we'll see tomorrow. In fact, both of them tomorrow. They're going to pitch over 200 innings.
Yep.
Close it in on it right now.
Those are the 3 who will go for Hinch in the postseason. 2-2 got him.
Oh, wow. Big, huge strike zone. Yeah. You don't argue because it is what it is. And take a look. Target, glove, close enough. Bill Miller. Wow.
Come up swinging.
He got chalked.
He got chalked. And there are 2 down.
The high home never lies.
That's
just
right.
It tells the truth.
Joseph Corbin popped out. Corbin Joseph. Trying to make him into a Hollywood star.
Well, yeah.
Swung on a missed 0-1.
That's right.
That comment will be clipped by his brother and replayed for him numerous
his older
times.
brother. I said, "You guys get along?" He said, "Well, we used to play roller hockey, down outside of Nashville." And he said, "Every time my mom would be looking, Caleb would be real nice to me, and then when she wasn't, he'd just kind of whack me with a stick and all that. And of course, I would hit him back, and then my mom would see me, and it would be my fault."
There you go.
I go.
Isn't that the secret?
So I guess you guys got along. Caleb really liked that relationship.
1 ball, 1 strike count. And that one, he hit that one hard to the gap in right center field. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. Reddick chasing it down, and younger brother has got a double with 2 down here in the 4th.
Well, it's such a beautiful thing to see a line drive hitter. We talked about the 30 doubles. There's his brother, older brother Caleb. I mean, that's the gapper, and he's thinking triple. There's your 95 mile per hour fastball. Nice swing. Boy, just gets on top of it, and I mean drills it up the gap. Boy, and when you're on the mound, you just, okay, we're going to kind of get over there towards third in case there's a play at third, but that's exactly what you want with 2 outs. Now you need to get a base hit.
Wilkerson flied to left first time up for Corbin Joseph. You saw it was his first double this year and just the 2nd of his career. It's been a while. He got his first double in 2013. New York Yankees. Look at that smile. You can just see edges turned up in the air. Again, foul territory. Again, room. That's twice Gonzalez has gone over and hauled it in. No runs on 1 hit, no errors. 1 left on base. 4 innings complete. On Masson, brought to you by PNC. Make today the day. By visit Annapolis.org. Create your moment at visit Annapolis.org. And by Chesapeake Employers Insurance, Maryland's largest writer of workers' compensation insurance. Harry Thorne, Jim Palmer with you on this gorgeous weather evening here at the ballpark. You can see how beautiful a night it is because it's got people up and dancing. And that's what matters.
I tell you what, you know, we had the annual Masson team picture today. I wore that shirt and I feel invigorated. You're right. You're so right about it. Well, you're always right about it.
Well, that's right. I'm glad you realize that finally.
Yeah, well, how many games?
There it is.
See, they're everywhere.
There's fashion
you know, I'm
statement.
telling you what, if you don't go to sleep with it, you've got to put it on the first thing in the morning, because you talk about getting out of bed on the right side. Who needs that when it doesn't matter what side of bed you
Just
get
keep the
out.
shirt at hand.
Exactly.
You put it on and your body goes tingles. It's just, I'm invigorated. I'm ready. I'm going to go out. I'm going to dominate in everything I do today and be a good person. It's all in that shirt.
That too?
That too.
A good person?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can't
I
wear
didn't
that
know
shirt
that
if
was
you're not
part
a
of
good
the
person.
description. Yeah, yeah, Doug.
Down the line, third base, Peterson.
Yeah. Wow.
I got
What
it.
is this? Here we got
The
a
umpire,
collision.
though,
Yeah,
got hit first. Ed Whitson, the third base umpire, because the R was going over and looking at the ball, and he ran right into the umpire.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have a little. Yeah, see, he's trying to make sure. Whoa, there you go. Well, yeah.
That's 2 for tripping right there.
Yeah, well, he caught him, tried to catch him. And he let Chase Peterson make the out. Oh, nice little change up to get the first out.
Good play on White to get him.
Yeah.
1 down here in the 5th inning. And here is McCann, the DH. 3-game hit streak.
And the
Lined
Astros,
out.
yeah, the Astros are going, who is this guy? I mean, David Hess, all the pitches, quality pitches, curveballs, sliders, changeups.
A 1 delivery on the way to him, and a breaking ball and a good one. So McCann quickly behind on the count, DHing. A lot of games against the Orioles. 256 lifetime average, 8 home runs. 0-2 pitch on the way to him. That'll go into the shift. Big bouncer at second base. Wilkerson's got it. Regular season schedule will close on Sunday. Orioles hosting the Astros. That day, the first 20,000 fans 15 and over receive the Orioles duffel bag, part of Fan Appreciation Weekend. Tickets start as low as $15, so get yours now at Orioles.com. And don't forget, the game is 3 o'clock. All games, wherever they're being played, East Coast, in the middle, or on the West, start 3 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah, it's really.
And it could be an interesting weekend.
It really should. And I mean, most of the meaningful games are going to. Well, there could be one in the, you know, with the Cubs and the Brewers for
in Colorado and Los Angeles.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying they're all probably all going to stay at the start at the same time. But that's baseball is really doing the right thing there.
1-0 delivery, and that'll be taken for a strike. Maldonado, base hit, got caught trying to score. Big play of the ball game. DJ Stewart on a fly ball off Altuve's bat, got Maldonado trying to move up to third base. Threw him out. 1-1 delivery by Hess will just miss inside.
Yeah, that's one of those few pitches that hasn't been called. Yeah, you got to be careful here with Maldonado, because you don't want to hang a slider, because that in this ballpark, it's when you bring in the power alley, and it's only 364 to left field. So right here, you're thinking, okay, where can I go? Keep the ball in the ballpark.
Breaking ball.
Yep, not a good one.
Dallas Keuchel, they hope to get him into a ball game. 2 or 3 innings from the southpaw if they can. That would probably be on Sunday. I'd like to see what he looks like. And Charlie Morton, he's had shoulder discomfort. They'd like to get him into a ball game here. Towering pop up. Shortstop. VR, no umpire to run over, so he'll make the catch. Puts it away in a 1-2-3 inning. Orioles lead at 1-0. Beautiful night here at the ballpark and down along the waterfront as well. The kids from Berlin, Maryland, who were the Little League state champions. They were on the field before the game, and we hope we'll be able to catch them in en masse, actually, doing the floss. We're keeping an eye on them tonight. See if that happens. Here is Jace Peterson. Peterson getting the start at third base. Fly to left his first time up. Orioles have had a lot of people at third base this year. Peterson, Beckham, Nunez, Valencia, Alvarez, Wilkerson have all played third base.
He can play the outfield. He can play all over. All he has to do is figure out how to hit, which is not easy, of course.
Nope. Now the reason Nunez is not playing, he's got a bad knee. Nunez available, we think, but not playing, and it's a knee that's bothered him. Same holds true for Miguel Castro, and the way Buck Showalter sounded before the game today, Castro's probably done for the year. He's got a knee problem, and I don't think the Orioles want to take any chances putting him back out, and they haven't explained the problem anything beyond it's a knee. Fouled off and a 2-strike count. Nunez, of course, getting a big chance at third base, and whether or not he'll have the opportunity to be a starter there next year. Castro out of the bullpen, used extensively. 1-2.
Yeah, you go back to what, 5 months ago, they were talking about Miguel Castro being a starter, but stuff's there, command not there, holding runners. Peterson came in 3 for 7 against Cole.
In the air left field, that'll send Gonzalez back a bit. He's had a busy night. Cole is a fly ball pitcher, by the way, predominantly so. For every Orioles walk, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 supporting the Leukemia Lymphoma Society Light the Night walk. O's have drawn 414 walks, a total of $20,700. Care First encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle.
Yeah, and that's probably, Gary, a result of more, they do a lot of analytics. I mean, terrific pitching coach and Brett Strom. So, okay, what do you need to do just to get a little bit better? How do you need to get a few more strikeouts? That's where the high fastball comes in. But again, if you see him, not only does he have that, he's got a pretty devastating slider and curveball. But he can go right up the ladder when he gets ahead of a lot of hitters.
Which he does.
Yeah, yep, he does. Well, I'll tell you what, it's kind of like this is, he's going to go out there and throw the ball over, see if you can hit it.
He's got a great hit per innings pitch ratio coming in, 194 innings and only 138 hits.
Well, that's why the whip is a little bit over 1. That's walks and hits per 9 innings or per inning.
Works quickly, keeps the defense alive behind him.
Out of UCLA, and again, the first guy picked in 2011. One of his teammates, Trevor Bauer, went to the Arizona Diamondbacks that year.
Wins goes to the gap, and that's going to fall in for a base hit. Reddick made a charge on it, but had no chance. Sinking line drive. Wins on with a 1-out single here in the 5th inning. Well, take advantage of Kids Cheer Free during Fan Appreciation Weekend here at the ballpark. You can bring your young Oriole fans 9 and under to Camden Yards free of charge. Every adult who purchases a regularly priced individual game ticket, upper deck, invited to bring up to 2 kids free. You can get your tickets at Orioles.com/kidsfree. And again, don't forget, it's a doubleheader day tomorrow. 4 o'clock, 1 admission. Second game will follow about a half hour after the first. Pitch will be taken for a strike by Mullins. Mullins has got Bregman moved in at third base. Cedric getting out of the 0 for, had gone 0 for 18 prior to the single he picked up in his last at bat and then got caught stealing. 0-1 delivery, and Cole's pitch will be outside.
Yeah, that's the changeup at 90. Of course, Cole, first year with the Houston, great start. Went into the All-Star break at 10 wins, 2 losses, a little bit over 2.5 runs a game. 5 and 3 the second half.
And that will just miss away, maybe a little low.
Yeah, another changeup.
So Cole at 2 balls and 1 strike. He's had as many as 16 strikeouts in a ball game. Came this year against Arizona. 2-1 delivery on the way. This has not been a strikeout night for him in particular. 3 recorded. And the Orioles have been able to get that run off him in the first inning, which so far has held up against this 27-year-old right-hander.
Yeah, they score 6.21 runs a game for him.
That one's going to go to left center field. Good break. Kemp reaching, and he's got a nice catch. Runner all the way down to second base. Wins will go back to first. Kemp got an outstanding jump. That was a long way to go.
Yeah, I think if Austin Wynns thinks he's going to catch this, just watch him go halfway in the bottom of our screen. But again, the ball's slicing away, so he's got to track it. Usually plays a lot of left field. He runs it down, and then what, 4, 5, 6 off the wall. But again, if you're going halfway, because if he doesn't, you have a chance to score. If you go tag up, you don't.
So a good defensive play made, 2 down, and that'll bring VR up. He has walked, scored, and has picked up a walk in the ball game. Cole's delivery is going to be in there for a strike. Kemp is making, I was looking here, his 27th start in center field. As we said, he generally is playing in left. 0-1 delivery, and that'll be taken down low. So VR trying to keep the inning going with 2 down. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Orioles' first inning run. Jones RBI, base hit. Astros have left only 2 on base, only 1 in scoring position in the game. 1-1 delivery on
another changeup. Yeah,
big cut.
So all of a sudden here in the 5th, he's probably thrown 5 of them. Well, the Orioles are going to win the first 5 innings of this game because they got a 1-0 lead. And again, this is a team Houston that's not used to losing on the road with 54 wins, only 23 losses.
And that's a little nubber. Cole, underhanded pitch, will get it there in time. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. 5 complete, 1-0 O's. Of Fort George Meade, Ed Rothstein. He raised over $3.6 million for the Fort Meade Resiliency and Education Center, hub for many service members to utilize for years to come. Upon retiring, he joined that Fort Meade Alliance Foundation and continues to work for them. And on behalf of Ed, the Orioles Charitable Foundation will donate $2,500 to the Fort Meade Alliance, our Birdland community hero.
Well, we're making a difference. Big difference.
Great project, great fundraising. 1-0 ball game. Hess, outstanding start. No walks, 4 strikeouts, 2 hits. Altuve's had a single. Maldonado's had a single. Only 1 runner has reached. Well, 2 have actually reached second base. Came in that 3rd inning. Maldonado got thrown out going to 3rd, and Kemp moved up to 2nd on that play. But that's it. And a 2-0 count. Hess 260 for the left-handers, 281 for the right-handers this year. 2-0 pitch on the way. speedster will take the strike up high.
Yeah, a guy that's always, when you talk about Tony Kemp, hit well at the minor league levels. He came in with a lifetime .310 batting average. A lot of steals, a lot of caught stealings too, though.
And Kemp will put that one in the air to right. It is way back. Jones going back to the wall, has got room and makes the catch.
Yeah, he took a stutter step and going, wait, did the little guy hit it that hard? But it was a 2-1 fastball. He's looking for it. And then, okay, I'll run it down. He's trying to get used to right field. Still, again, Cedric Mullins, so his best shot, warning track. Almost got it off the wall.
That'll bring Altuve to the plate. Altuve, one of the 2 hits, led the ball game off with a single, but got stranded at first base. And then the fly ball to left he hit ended up being a double play. That was the one Maldonado got thrown out on at third base. For Altuve, 3rd best batting average coming into the ball game. He is a singles hitter, tied for 3rd in singles, 5th in infield hits. Been a great road average at .346, number 1 in the American League. 0-1 delivery on the way, and that'll move him back at 84 miles an hour.
Yeah, a more powerful version of Dustin Pedroia. You know, tremendous bat control. I mean, it hit balls over his head. One of the highest breaking ball averages in the major leagues, and that's why he just took that slider like he knew it was coming. And as we mentioned, over 200 hits. This will be the first year in 5 years because of the knee injury. He's not going to get that.
2-1 delivery on the way to him. Altuve chops on that one to short. The long throw, and helped out by the big stretch of Mancini will get the out. And there are 2 down. Our PNC Minor League Insights brought to you by PNC. No better time to act than today. PNC, make today the day.
Well, you just want to see him healthy. See, you know, again, the wrist problem, a fractured wrist early on, so only 102 games, high average, a lot of extra base hits. Kind of what if you ever watch him hit, he's got a quick bat, trying to find a position, and as you can see, 2015 first-round draft pick for the Orioles.
Reddick will go after the first pitch and foul it deep down the line. I mean deep. Josh Reddick, veteran, now 31 years old. Power hitting, left-handed outfielder, Gold Glove Award winner back in 2012. Big numbers with Oakland. 0-1, that one smacked down the line. That's going to be fouled as well.
Well, when you're on a roll, you're making good pitches. When you make a bad one, and that's the slider that ended up in the middle of the plate, he's just a little bit quick, hooks it foul. If you could wait a little bit longer, it's going to be a double.
10 in a row have been retired by Hess.
Oh, he's been terrific tonight.
Last base runner was Kemp, the hit batter in the 3rd inning. Stays up away though, and a 1-ball 2-strike count. David Hess, like Cole, also working quickly in this ball game. 1-2 delivery on the way, a breaking ball that will miss down low. He's worked 7 innings this year. He did that against Toronto. 7-inning performance. That was at Toronto. Gave up only a run on 3 hits in that ball game, and that's his career high in innings pitched as well. And will come down low with it at 94. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, nobody on.
Well, their best hitter's waiting on deck, and you got a 1-0 lead, so didn't want to go 3-2. You got to do what you've done all night, make a quality pitch.
3-2 delivery, and that one's out of here. Way back to the flag court, and goodbye home run, and the ball game is tied. Josh Reddick delivers the long ball. That's his 3rd home run against the Orioles this year, and the 11th against the O's in his career.
Well, we told you almost 60% of the runs that David Hess gives up via the home run. So it's a 3-2 slider. It's going to speed the bat up. That's how you get the ball down the right field line, and he's just trying to make contact. So there is home run number 17. Take a look, and it's just pretty much very hittable. It's just trying to make contact. That slider just speeds it up, and short porch and right here.
47 RBIs to go along with the 17 long balls, and the game is tied. And a strike taken. Bregman at the plate has struck out twice. 22 home runs surrendered by David Hess in 102 innings pitched. 0-1 delivery on the way. That'll be a ground ball to short. VR's up. Strong arms it over. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. Nobody left on base. Reddick delivers the long ball that ties it up 1 apiece.
Adam Jones after the base hit, check swing double, or he'll take a 1-0 lead in the first inning, and then nice defense right here. DJ Stewart, fly ball by Altuve. Maldonado tries to advance to third. David S. likes it. He's really been great tonight. Only the 1 mistake in the 6th inning. A lot of strikeouts, big strike zones, taking a chance. Pitcher's pitch right there. Bregman called out for the 2nd time. So again, the Geico highlights. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more in car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
Trey Mancini will lead it off against Cole. Mancini is grounded out twice, taken for a strike. A lot of changes here. Kemp has gone to left field. Marisnick is now in center. Kyle Tucker is now in right. Hit hard, second base on the hop. Gonzalez, thank you. He just moved to second base, and of course, first batter since he moved there goes right to him.
Yeah, gets a different glove most likely, and the ball finds him.
Part of the moves by Hinch to rest some of the starters and also to get some bench players some time.
Garrett Cole probably doesn't even know who's playing behind him. I know he got about what, 1 guy in front of me, my catcher, and 7 guys, but
they all can catch.
Yes, they can.
So it doesn't matter. Their best defensive player, as we said, is now in there in center field, Marisnick. Here's Adam Jones, RBI double, and he is struck out. Cole's delivery to him will be in there for a strike.
Well, Cole's ABD 6'4". They list him at 220, and we've seen him throw as hard as 98. That pitch 97, and it's easy. Classic windup.
Adam to short. Correa's got it.
Yep.
And records the out. Take a look at the upcoming schedule. Lifebridge Health Sports Medicine Institute brings it. Turn to Cal's team for concussion and orthopedic care together. To schedule an appointment, call 410-601-PLAY.
There you go, Gary. Single admission double header at 4 twilight time. That'll be Verlander and Bundy, and then Keuchel's going to pitch a couple of Cy Young Award or former Cy Young Award winners. Tony Sipp getting loose. And then
that ball will be fouled away. Well, for Cole, he has just reached the 200 inning mark. So they now have 3 pitchers who have worked 200 innings. The only team in Major League Baseball to have done that. And the first time since the Giants had 3 in 2016. Bumgarner, Cueto, and Samaja. Yeah, the 2016 Giants all worked 200 plus innings in that season. Verlander has already reached that mark. for the ball club. The interesting thing Buck Showalter said today, it's not going to happen again. Keuchel's the other. He was talking about pitchers going 200 innings. It just doesn't happen very often. Astros have done it this year. Keuchel part of it. WB Mason, who has the name brand products you'll love at amazingly low prices. Who but WB Mason, the official office product supplier of the Baltimore Orioles. By University of Maryland University College. And by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on their most exciting lineup ever. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Fan Appreciation Weekend underway. We're not going to be giving that jacket away. We will give away the person, but we're going to keep the jacket. That'll be part of the Fan Appreciation Weekend. It looks like, doesn't that look like Big Bird? The jacket kind of has the same kind of frills.
A little bit.
Not the person, the jacket. No. That's a Big Bird jacket right there. And the Orioles are the birds, and she just saw herself on the screen, and she'll wear it again over and over at the ballpark.
Well, that's how, you put that costume on. You have a glass of milk, of course, just to get ready. Yeah, and then you come out to the ballpark. And
that'll be the left center field. Hit hard going back warning track. Stewart. And he hauls it in. He covers ground. Gonzalez retired, 7th inning. An annual fan favorite has returned. The 2019 Orioles Pet Calendar presented by Pet ER is now on sale at Orioles.com/pet calendar. Proceeds benefit Barks, Baltimore Animal Rescue and Care Shelter. Each year this calendar does sell out, so get yours now at Orioles.com/pet calendar. Dillon there on the right is going to make his final start tomorrow. He was given the choice of game 1 or 2, and Buck said he wanted to pitch in game 1. Just felt as though he wanted to come to the ballpark and be ready to go.
Well, he knew what time the game was going to start.
Yep.
And he's also pretty smart. Twilight.
Pitch taken away. Pitchers know those things, eh?
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. Here is Carlos Correa. Correa's 0 for 2. 2 for 3 against the Orioles coming in on the year.
Yeah,
Pitch
again,
will be
that oblique, and they just want to get him going. We talked about great playoff numbers in 24 games. What, 169 in August with a home run, 185 in September. Again, trying to take it easy, but very dangerous hitter when he's healthy. Only 24.
And a 3-ball 1-strike count.
Yeah, he can look for his pitch here. You can three down. That's what Reddick hit.
3-1 delivery, chop foul.
And again, it's all right to, when you get to a big strong guy like Correa, would just make a good pitch, and he did. So now all of a sudden, I mean, if you're Carlos, you're going, well, if you throw me a 3-1 slider, I don't know what's coming here. No idea.
3-2 delivery by Hess, foul back as he came in at 92.
A little late on it because of that. Dave Hudkins. I was reading an article. He got one hit in the big leagues. He said it was a good one. Line drive to left.
Any hit in the big leagues is a good one.
Well, no, he's a long-time hitting instructor. He's done a terrific job.
Foul back out of play. 3-2.
Jeff Albert, his assistant. So
those who hit home runs and have great averages are not necessarily good hitting instructors. They can be, but oftentimes they're not. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Those who have done very little with it but have studied it a lot and have ability to teach get there. He is on this time. Second time he has removed his shin guard while at home plate. However, the first time he had struck out and didn't realize it. There's the first walk surrendered by Hess.
Yeah, the one thing for Mr. Hess is that, third time through the order, the numbers do go up. It's pretty, unless you're really good, that's usually what happens. So again, a very, very nice effort to this point right here. They get to see him for the third time.
That'll bring Tyler White to the plate. 1 down, 1 on, 1-1 game.
Wow.
Way outside. Nice stop made by Wynn.
He almost threw that to the backstop.
He had to go get it.
Well, when you get a little tired, how do you create arm speed? I think if you ever have been out there a lot, well, you just slow the body down and speed up the arm. But he sped the body up, and that's why the ball almost went to the backstop.
White is 0 for his last 8 at the plate. 24 extra base hits, though, since the All-Star break for him. White will take a slider. That'll be up and away, and clearly that tank's turning towards empty on David S.
As you mentioned, he's only really done it, 6 2/3 innings against Tampa, in Tampa, pitcher's park. This is not a pitcher's park. 6 innings against Cleveland, only 2 runs, and then, as you said, the 7-inning game against Toronto up there.
That's his major league high.
Yeah.
Trying to get there again in this game. 2-0 count. Runner off first. High in the air to left. Stewart. 2 left fielders. Both have been very busy. Put away. The runner's going to go back to first base. And there are 2 down here in the 7th.
Well,
inning.
Gary, this is how you and a lot of the staffs I pitched on, the guys would just make quality pitches. I mean, he's looking fastball. He got it, but it was just a pitch right on the corner. So that's how you get the outs. You got to stay out of the middle of the plate. Yeah, you use all your pitches, but at the end of the day, where they end up.
That'll bring up Evan Gattis as a pinch hitter. Gattis has been their primary DH. He is on for McCann, who went 0 for 2 as a DH in this ball game. So McCann out of there, and again, Hinch just getting everybody in here in this final weekend to get playing time.
Well, like he said about Evan Gattis, he's got 25 home runs. He's streaky. So you hope he streaks right here. I know Garrett Cole does. So again, the guy that's going to be on the postseason roster. He's hitting over 300 runners in scoring position.
Big time home run hitter. He ranks on the ball club right at the top, 2nd in home runs, 3rd in RBIs. 25 homers, 75 runs batted in. Got a big slugging percentage of .479. That's 5th best among the DHs in the American League, which is, of course, the only place they exist. And the breaking ball away.
I mean, against the Orioles, it just seems like he wears them out. But pinch hitting this year, and of course that number can change. 1 for 16.
2nd lowest average as a pinch hitter in the American League. Now, there aren't a lot of opportunities for pinch hitters.
Well, you don't do it on a regular basis like you do in the National League without the DH.
1-0 delivery to him, and Gattis will take the pitch outside. Count goes 2-0.
Boy, these are some dangerous counts to guys like this.
Right now, Hess is hanging on a thread.
Yeah. And nobody up in the bullpen.
Nope.
Yeah, I think they're kind of looking at the pitch count, and it's certainly in hand. Well, lesson can be learned here. I mean, one way or the other. And we saw him with Tyler White. He made a good pitch, even though it was a fastball count.
Gattis this year 1 for 8 off the Orioles, and another breaking ball that he refuses to go after, and it will miss outside. Lifetime, though, Gattis is a .310 hitter against the O's. He's had 4 home runs. He's playing in his 22nd game against the Orioles. 3-0 count, and did he pull something in that rib cage area? 3-0 delivery. Runner off first. Shift on in the infield. Gaddis will take it for a walk, so he's not going to have to swing the bat.
Well, a week before, I don't know. Yeah, right there, a little oblique. You know, sometimes you just get a little cramp. But, you know, you're a week from the playoffs.
You don't want any of that.
No, you don't want to get hurt.
Because they've got some decisions to make. Gaddis would obviously be there, but if he's hurt, he won't be.
Nope.
So runners on at first and second base, and here is Martin Maldonado.
And probably the good thing is he didn't have to swing.
Yeah, exactly. Maldonado has picked up a base hit, and he has popped out. Game tied 1-1. 7th inning. Breaking ball. That is on the inside corner for a strike. Eisinger in the bullpen just starting to warm up. Maldonado, pretty good job. Runners in scoring position, 283 in the year. Houston's 0 for 2 tonight in these situations.
Yeah, base hit, and then actually hit it pretty hard. Got himself again into a hitter's count. Pounded it, but right at the yard, shortstop.
Runners off first and second. The 0-1 up the middle, hit the side of the mound. It'll be played by Wilkerson, and the out recorded. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 are left on. 7th inning stretch time. Our Ram do-ups. Experience the power and toughness of Ram at your local dealer. Log on to ramtrucks.com to get to work. Guts, glory, Ram. Houston, Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer with you, and we want to remind you, doubleheader tomorrow, 4 o'clock. First 35,000, 15 and over will get the puffy vest.
Like I'm on QVC.
You are on QVC.
That's right.
You do really good.
It's
we'll
nice.
give you your own show.
I would have put it on, except it's a medium, so I don't know. There are
Too
more
big?
sizes than just mediums.
Too big for you?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's what. See,
thank you.
how kind I am to you. Hey, how about Hess? Pretty good performance, huh?
Oh, really, really great. You know, quality pitches. He's really gotten better. We talked about the fact, I mean, he's what, 1 and 5 the second half, but ERA at 4 runs a game that goes down. So actually the second half, what do? You get a chance to pitch. It's the land of opportunity here.
Yep.
You know, Tom Davis says it's the land of pleasant living, but it's also, if you're a pitcher, starting pitcher, you want to get an opportunity. He's done a nice job. A lot of really quality pitches tonight. Took advantage of the big strike zone. Now all of a sudden, you know, hey, I don't know if he's going to pitch another inning, get him a couple of runs here. He might get a win.
Yep. So we'll go to the bullpen on the other side of it as Cole leaves.
Well, they're happy about that. So let's take a look at our Jiffy Lube pitching change, and regular oil changes. The Jiffy Lube will help your vehicle's engine run cleaner, longer. Jiffy Lube, drive in today. Tony Sipp comes on, the veteran left-hander. He'll have a chance to come in. Fastball, slider, splitter. Good numbers across the board. Bullpen's been terrific for Houston. If you look at, last year the best offense, so that's come down a little bit with the injuries. But again, their pitching has been fabulous. And you talked about Nunez available, and he'll get the chance to hit.
So Nunez is going to pinch hit for Corbin Joseph. This will be in the DH role. Bottom half of the 7th inning of a 1-1 game, and Nunez will take the pitch for a strike.
Well, there are the numbers: 9 for 19, 3 home runs. He screams some balls. Right center in Yankee Stadium. Backspin the ball off of Sale. So again, a very good road trip. Played well defensively, as you mentioned. Gary had a little bit of a knee. But there's
over the
splitter.
top.
Yeah, and they have the scatter reports. Even though it's the Orioles, you're trying to get ready. So hey, fastball hitter, try to get him out some other way. And slider and split allow him to do that. AJ Hinch, former catcher.
Tony Sipp, veteran pitcher, and Nunez about even lefty righty, 256 lefty, 259 right-handers. Wilkerson will be waiting on deck, and that ball off speed, fouled off the handle. The count will go to 0-2. Colin McHugh is in the bullpen now for Houston. The Orioles will get Tanner Scott up.
Yeah, the Astros were the #1 bullpen in the American League, and on the road, an incredibly low 2.90 ERA as a team.
Sipp's first appearance against the Orioles this season. Left-hander's delivery, that one popped up. He was out in front of it, center field, long run. And one away here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Nunez retired. Now the Orioles are proud to once again host the Longevity Foundation's Breathe Deep Baltimore 5K walk to raise funds and awareness for lung cancer. It's done in memory of the O's late public relations director, Monica Pence Barlow. The event takes place at Oriole Park Saturday, October 6th. Proceeds benefiting the nonprofit efforts to provide research grants as well as community support for those with lung cancer. To register, or info, Orioles.com/longevity. And Wilkerson, a strike for Wilkerson this year. Going up against the lefties or righties, been right there at that Mendoza line. 154 off lefties, 240 off the right-handers.
Well, he certainly looks like he can play defensively at this level. He can play third, he can play second. But again,
with a jump start.
Yeah, well, the suspension and the suspension early on for amphetamines or whatever. He lost a lot of the bats in the oblique, so looks like he's got to figure out, switch hitter, how to hit at this level. And usually you do that at AAA. Show him you can ping the ball over the ballpark, and then you get to the big leagues.
Sipp's delivery stayed up high and gets a K. 2 down.
Yeah, not a hard thrower, but very deceptive because of the split-fingered fastball. So once you throw it and you get the low strike on that attempted bunt, and then just up the ladder. Again, your analytics say, hey, most guys are low ball hitters now. Trying to hit the low pitch, try to get it in the air, and it's hard to do that with that pitch.
2 down and nobody on. That'll bring up Peterson. He's had only 3 hits against left-handers, 3 for 33. And the breaking ball will be taken down low. You see the shift put on in the infield. Gonzalez, as we said, has moved in at second base. Bregman will stay in at third. Just enough, he hopes, to take the bunt opportunity away from Jace. 2 down, nobody on. 7th, ball game tied at 1. Sipp's delivery, and that'll be there for a strike. Sipp has been a workhorse for this ball club, and effectively so. 4th in the majors in the percentage of inherited runners who don't score, only 10%. 1 ball, 1 strike count. And that's going to be at the knees for a strike as well. So at 92, the count will go to 1-2. Home run, Reddick, 6th inning, tied the ball game up. Orioles run, RBI double. Adam Jones, 1st inning. Otherwise, pitchers in charge. Left-handers 1-2 delivery, breaking ball way outside. Maldonado goes walking after that one. We only had 3 walks in the game. Hess a couple, and they both came in the 7th. Cole walked only 1. That came in the 3rd. There have been a lot of strikes thrown by both starters in this game. 2-2 delivery on the way. Breaking ball. He takes a partial cut on, fouls it off.
Well, the Orioles are happy with the job David Hess did, but again, you're going to the playoffs. Garrett Cole, first time I got to see him pitch in person, pretty impressive. When he ended the game, DJ Stewart, 99-mile-per-hour fastball goes well. I think I'll leave with that. That's only the 1 slider to Reddick. Otherwise, he pitches at 7 scoreless innings.
2-2 count on Sip's delivery, and it'll be grounded to the shortstop. Correa in the shift. And a 1-2-3 inning. We completed 7 at the ballpark, and it is a 1-1 game. By T-Mobile.
David Hess, marvelous performance tonight. A lot of strikes. Bregman, having a great year. There's the check swing. Correa thinks he walked, but he struck out. Bill Miller, big strike zone, but only the 1 mistake. 3-2 breaking ball. Reddick hit a 17th home run. Tied up 1-1, so he'll leave no decision. Well, once again, tremendous outing. There are the numbers for him. Only the couple of walks. Very efficient, 7 innings, only 91 pitches. And Tanner Scott, so he comes back, won the game, the 10-3, second game of the Wednesday doubleheader in Boston, threw 44 pitches. So he comes back with only a day's rest, which is a little bit unusual. Buck doesn't usually use guys, but a lot of injuries out in the bullpen.
And may want to see what it looks like. Kemp. And Mancini cutting across the infield, puts it away. So Tanner Scott, a pitch and an out coming out of the bullpen.
Oh, so Jimmy Yacobonis might get another start this year, or maybe have a chance to pitch a little bit on Sunday. Tanner Scott's been terrific. Slider, the equalizer. You can see the 12.4 Ks for 9 innings. The whip, that's walks and hits. So a kid that struggled through the minor leagues with his command. It's come together this year.
Pretty amazing. He's tied with Michael Givens in strikeouts for the Orioles, 76. And that obviously has come in a hurry. Pitch will be taken down low for a ball. Top of the order. Marishnik getting his first at bat. Altuve had been in the leadoff spot and went 1 for 3 in the ball game. 8th inning, 1-1 game. Pitch down and away. So Marishnik, outstanding defensive player.
Yeah, a little groin injury, so he missed some time, but he can go get them. They brought those center field fences in what, Houston, maybe I guess beginning of last year. Towles Hill taken out, but we used to be what, about 435 to center field. He could go up that incline in center field. So they took that out, brought it in a little bit. But you're right about going to get him, and then let's see if A.J. Hinch lets him swing here.
3-0 count on Marishnik. Marishnik and Springer have divided time in center field. 3-1 strike count on him. Marishnik will be followed by Reddick in the or Tucker rather is now in the number 2 spot. 3-1 delivery, and he'll draw the walk. So Scott with a walk, 1 down. Tie game here in the 8th inning. We hope you'll join us tomorrow. It is a doubleheader day. Our coverage begins on Masson at 3:30 with those extra, presented by Southwest. Game coverage will be at 4. Dylan Bundy against Justin Verlander, the scheduled starters. Game 2 will be about 30 minutes following game 1, also on Masson. It is a single admission doubleheader tomorrow starting at 4. So a runner on here in the 8th inning. And here is Kyle Tucker. First at bat for him in the ball game, and turns on it foul.
Yeah, again another run one draft choice. Same year that Bregman was drafted. He was in the first round, 5th out of Tampa. Their best rated prospect. And speaking of Alex Bregman, he's waiting on deck.
Tucker's had only 26 games with them this year and only 58 at bats. 0-1 count, runner on first. Tucker started, will hold up on it, takes it away. A tight ball game, pitcher dominated. Astros have had just 3 hits. 1 in the first, 1 in the 3rd, and 1 in the 6th. The home run by Reddick, who's now out of the ball game. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Not a big lead at first from Marishnik. Little lob toss over. They hold him close. Tucker made his debut this July with the ball club. He's been up 3 times with the Astros as they get a look at him for the future. 1 ball, 1 strike count. One delivery on the way, and Tucker will take that up and away. Well, big game being played at Washington, taking on Colorado. 3rd inning. No score in that ball game. Colorado has jumped ahead of the Dodgers in the National League West by 1 game. They've won 7 in a row. The Dodgers have lost 2 in a row. That one could come down to a playoff game. 2 ball, 1 strike count. And up, and today Scherzer said, the Nationals pitcher who had previously thought he was done pitching, Scherzer said, if the game matters on Sunday, I'm pitching against Colorado.
As he should.
As he should. So that will remain to be seen, but right now it's hard to believe it won't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
And David Wright pinch hit tonight for the Mets. He's going to play his final game Sunday. Will be starting on Sunday to finish up his career. 3-1 delivery, and that's way up. Those pitches way out of the strike zone.
Yeah, so we have seen Tanner Scott, especially against lefties, but again 44 pitches on Wednesday, and here we are on Friday night, and he's back in there and nobody up behind him, which is very, very unusual. And I think you just kind of look at him and you go, well, he just pitched the most innings he had all year long. So they will get somebody up, and
Meisinger has already been up, so he should be able to get ready in a hurry. Roger McDowell looking out there to make sure he is up. So 1 away, tie game, runners on at first and second base, and you got to face Alex Bregman.
Yeah. Well, they get the guy they wanted up, and
Only one away. Orioles looking for a ground ball here to get them out of the inning. Bregman will take a pitch. It is in there for a strike.
Yeah, Tanner Scott, I mean, the best pitch he throws is the slider. It's got the lowest batting average when he gets on top of it.
Bregman's got the 5th highest average in the league with runners in scoring position, hitting .386. 0-1. And he'll foul that back. Count goes to 0-2.
The ball almost went into the I think the Orioles radio booth. A couple of guys scrambling over there.
As they should.
They need the puppy vest. That's what they need.
Not sure of the connection, but I know if you say it, it's true. And a swing and a foul ball. Great pitch.
Protection.
The puffy vest is going to protect you from a foul ball.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Well,
yep.
Catcher's got one. The umpire's got one.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Just think about that.
I don't want to.
No. Okay.
No. 0-2 count. Tanner Scott trying to work his way through a jam here in the top half of the 8th inning. Takes a long look back at second. Marishnik. 0-2 delivery. Ground ball to the hole. Off the glove. Runner will stay at third. Jace Peterson cutting across. Wanted to go to second base with it. Never got the baseball.
Yeah, Kyle Tucker, I mean, that's your important guy right here, because that's he's only going to play. I think he thinks he's going to catch it, maybe get a force at second base. But there's your top spin, and that makes it a little bit harder to get the glove on it. So there it is. And the only play he's going to have, and you can see it hit him in the heel of the glove. Actually, maybe had the glove a little bit in the wrong place, overran it a little bit. So they load him up.
And be a base hit. The bases are loaded. One down. And here is Gonzalez. He is 0 for 3 in the ball game. Marwin Gonzalez sacks full, 1 out. And the pitch will be in the outside corner for a strike. Gonzalez this year, 286 with the bases loaded. Grand Salami, one of them this season. And Tanner Scott in a very tough situation. Loaded him up on 2 walks and an infield hit. And a step out and a step off. Oh, 1. Runners off every base, and the breaking ball will be inside. For Gonzalez, looking for that grand slam. Gurriel had the last one against the Angels, 21st.
Off, I think Andrew Heaney right down. He hit right inside the foul pole, and then he threw him a breaking ball and he hit one to left. A nice 2-run home game.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Got him to swing at a pitch down and in. Half a swing, but it was around. Couldn't hold up.
Well, again, it's a slider, and it's a good one. Become the master of the backdoor slider to righties. You can see it kind of slide right to that back foot.
Gonzalez, a switch hitter, 265 lefties and 241 off right-handers. And a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Tanner, as we said, a lot of strikeouts, and he wants one here. 1-2 delivery on the way, not going to get it. That'll go to left field, fall in for a base hit. Marishnik will score. Runner holds at third, and a 2-1 lead. Gonzalez just battled and muscled the ball out to left for the go-ahead RBI.
Well, Tanner Scott looks arm weary, and you know, the base on balls, and then instead of the good slider, the hanging slider, so it stays up just enough that Marwin Gonzalez can get a little wood on it.
Our 4th drive of the game.
There it is, and I think right there you see Marishnik thought maybe he's going to catch it, but he can't. Knocks it down. Bases remain loaded.
Hurry to your local Ford dealers. Great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs. Astros on top, 2-1.
Game of the doubleheader up at Boston, it did not go well as he pitched only what, an inning, a third of an inning, and 4 hits, 5 runs, walked the batter. Orioles will lose that game 19-3. So back in action. Boy, the Orioles trailing 2-1, looking for outs here. Need a ground ball, double play.
Bases loaded for Correa. And the pitch down low for a ball.
Yeah,
he's gone 4 for 11 with them loaded this year. He's never hit a grand slam.
Yeah, Meisinger, a fastball slider pitcher. So there they are for the Astros.
Tucker's the lead runner. Bregman on at second. Gonzalez on at first. Gonzalez picking up the bases loaded RBI. And that pitch will be taken down low as well. So the count goes to 2-0.
5.36 runs per game on the road with a 2.90 ERA. So big run differential, which is why they've won 54 games.
2-0 the count. Chopper third, chance for 2. Peterson 1, relay over to first, got him. Good pivot by Wilkerson, who had to gun that thing over to get it. So a run in on a couple of hits. And while they get the lead, the Orioles allow only 1 here. Astros up 2-1. Is presented by authority of the Orioles, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Give me Jimmy's, give me Jimmy's. Okay, ready to go. Oh, make me hungry.
No, you don't like ice cream, do you?
Nope.
Nope, I never think so. Colin McHugh comes in. Boy, he's having a nice year. I mean, starter for a number of years. You're talking 25, 32, 33 starts this year, pretty much out of the bullpen. And again, when you look at those ERA, fourth best ERA, fourth in WHIP, fourth in batting average, and 91 strikeouts. Throwing harder. When I've had a chance to see him, it looks like his fastball's gone up a couple miles per hour. Big, slow curveball cutter. He's got all the pitches.
So Sip worked an inning, the left-hander, and had one strikeout, retired the 3 batters he faced. Orioles bat here in the 8th inning. And the pitch will be taken inside. Austin wins. Wins in the 9 spot, a base hit, and he is struck out. Mullins and then VR will be due up against McHugh. Orioles down 2-1. And the pitch is in there for his strike. We talked about this pitching staff, which has been so good. Both their starters and their pen are the best ERAs in the American League. Starters at 3.2, the pen at 3.0. 1-1 delivery on the way, and that is their first strike.
And that's the hook. Claimed off waivers. Talk about rebuilding a club. There's Verlander on the left with the beard. You know, of course, Justin's won a Cy Young Award last year, the MVP in the championship series. Keuchel won a Cy Young Award winner in colors right behind him, one of the stars in the World Series.
Taken outside, and the Orioles looking to get a leadoff man on 2-2.
Brian McCann sitting down, trying to get in the conversation. You're not catching tonight, Brian. You sit there.
DH and out of the game.
Yeah. Great guy. Terrific. Came up with it.
2-2, and he got him on an off-speed delivery away.
Well, the ability, the analytics say, hey, what's your spin rate? You know, he could drop his arm angle, throw a little bit harder. You think it's going to be here, it's there. Terrific breaking ball. Conclusion is it's going to stay somewhere in the zone. And the facial. Austin Wynn's going, ooh, that was some kind of hook.
And gets the first out. Here is Cedric Mullins, a base hit. 1 for 3 in the ball game. Again, Bregman will move in at third base with the 1 out. McHugh's delivery. Breaking ball will miss down low. Well, McHugh is 4th among relievers. There you see Gibbons getting ready. McHugh 4th among relievers in ERA. 4th best WHIP. 7th and lowest batting average, just 177. So the Orioles have gone up against a starter where the opponents hit 197, and now a reliever where opponents hit 177. 1-0 delivery, and that's going to be outside. 2-0.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that you would use a guy that won 11, 19, 13 games as a guy out of the bullpen, but he can pitch long. He can pitch late. And there's the 92. He used to throw 90, a lot of cutters. It doesn't look like he's throwing that pitch as much anymore. Throws a lot of strikes. And of course, hurt his elbow last year. And then of course Charlie Morton came over and pitched great.
2-1 is fouled straight back.
Yeah.
Charlie Morton is going to return to the ball club tomorrow, and they hope that he will pitch a bit on Sunday. Morton's wife just gave birth. He was home for the birth of their child, which was a day ago. So they'll get Morton back, and congratulations to he and Cindy. 2-2 delivery on the way. Wow.
There's the curve again. And you give up on it because you just don't see this type of curveball. Take a look. Off the plate, on the plate. And it's somewhere around the outside corner. And just edge of the ball on the corner. That's a strike.
So 2 down on strikeouts here in the inning. They keep adding to the all-time record for a staff in strikeouts in a year. Record they've already set. Here's Jonathan VR. VR single first inning. has walked, grounded out. He scored in the first on the Jones RBI double. So when the Orioles got their run, since then they have had just 3 hits, 1 double and a couple of singles. 1-0 count. McHugh's delivery on the way, and again off speed, way out in front.
Well, if the Astros win tonight, that will tie last year's win total, 101. But not even, they had the home field advantage last year, but that won't be the case. Red Sox will own that.
They'll open at home against Cleveland. 1-1 delivery on the way, and that will be taken inside.
It's almost like we'd rather open on the road. We play better. Not that they play poorly, but they are a lot better. I mean, just amazingly good on the road.
54-23 on the road. They've won 46 games at home, and that one is just going to miss. Now that record is the tops in the majors on the road, as you would expect. Since the expanded 162 game schedule, the record for road wins set at 59 by Seattle in 2001. 3-1 delivery, and then came in with some heat. 3-2.
He never threw 93, 94 when he started, but right there, because of just maybe out of the bullpen, doesn't have to conserve himself. And then we've already seen a couple of good breaking balls for strikes and strikeouts.
See what he throws here in the 3-2. You go back to that off-speed curveball or challenging with heat again?
Well, you also, the problem with VR, even though Maldonado throws so well, a walk could be a double in a 1-run game. So whatever you can throw for a strike here.
3-2, and he gets the pop up on a fastball. Shortstop going back, third baseman going back, and it is hauled in. They had the shift on. Bregman there to get it. Orioles retired 1-2-3. Michael Gibbons will come on to pitch. On Masson, brought to you by Southwest. Low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Antwerpen. Get in the game this season with a new Toyota from Antwerpen Toyota. And by Security Plus Federal Credit Union. Buy with pride with Maryland flag design debit or credit cards exclusively from Security Plus. Grampe's at the ballpark. Put the sugar, the jelly, whatever you like on top. Astros have a 2-1 lead.
And Michael Gibbons comes on. Only 1 run in his last 9 appearances. Last appearance in Yankee Stadium. Orioles would win that Sunday game 6-3. He would get the save. So tough month of June. And that's where the record, 5 of the 7 losses. But once again, more strikeouts than innings pitched. Fastball, slider, occasional changeup.
We are in the 9th inning. And a check swing that is in there for a strike to Tyler White. White has gone 0 for 3 in the ballgame. In the series in Houston, Michael Givens worked 1 game, 1 inning, and the Astros got 2 runs on 2 hits against him. 0-1 delivery on the way and a big cut 0-2.
What seems like eons ago, doesn't it? Early April. First road trip for the Orioles.
Colorado ahead of Washington 1-0 as they play their ball game in Colorado. Trying to maintain the 1-game lead over the Dodgers. And got him.
Yeah, 95, 96, 97. Take a look. Target. Glove. A little lower. Outside corner. Almost looked like Tyler might be sitting a little bit on a breaking ball. Didn't pick it up.
That'll bring Gaddis to the plate. Evan Gaddis taking over in the DH role for McCann. He drew a walk, the only at bat he's had.
Well, that's what, 5 pitches now. He hasn't had to swing. All balls. Yeah, the Nats, they're 3 games over 500. That's probably the most they've been for a long time.
Disappointing season for Washington.
A lot of injuries and trades and so on. And
Osuna in the bullpen.
Roberto that became the closer. Traded for Ken Giles from the Jays.
1-1 delivery and somehow got away from that. One right.
Well, Gaddis is kind of laughing because if you're going to get hit by Michael Givens, you want it to be a backup slider.
Backed up on his back foot.
Well, remember, he reached for the right rib cage. It'd be interesting if he can swing.
2 ball 1 strike delivery by Givens. He can.
Yes.
And pretty hard.
Yes. Well, has that ever been a problem?
No.
With Evan Gaddis.
There he is again with that. Puts his hand on that rib cage on the right side. Maybe just a habit. 32 years old. Veteran out of Dallas, Texas. 2-2 delivery from Michael Givens, and that one.
Yeah, well, he doesn't like that one.
No. Was way inside.
Yeah. Well, that was a heater at 96, 97, and what's going on here?
I think it hit the umpire. That one right straight through. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Poor Bill Miller. Wow. Yep.
Didn't touch anything but him.
No.
And he's asking the Brian Abel, the trainer of the Orioles, to come out here and
any pain medicine? I won't need it now. Got another inning or so, but I'm going to need it soon. Right off the left arm.
Man. And they don't wear body armor on the arms. So Gaddis with a 3 ball 2 strike count. 1 down, nobody on here in the 9th inning, and he rips it to third. Jace Peterson hauls it in with a rebound jump.
Well, ex-football player, I mean, dynamic athleticism right here. So 98 miles per hour, flags it down. Probably going to be a double in the corner. Boy, you can watch that ball tail. And you want to have the big glove and the hops.
How about that leap without a step?
Well, you notice how he got his feet down. You can go either way when you do that. Try to time it in the middle of the strike zone.
So 2 down here in the 9th inning. And here is Maldonado.
It's funny how, you know, Martin Maldonado's been catching all night long. That was the questionable pitch, and he kind of still the body language is the same. And he knows he's been catching balls all night. Huge strike zone.
Pitch taken for a strike.
And the scoreboard, you know, you had good pitchers. You got, you know, Garrett Cole trying to win a 16th game. Unbelievable stuff. David Hess pitching great. A lot of quality pitches. And they take advantage of Bill Miller's big strike zone.
0-2. Nationals have taken a lead now on Colorado in the 4th inning by a score of 2-1. Exciting baseball being played in the West.
Yeah, and the Yankees, I saw briefly, I think they're up 10-4 over the Red Sox.
Dodgers are going to play at San Francisco. Bumgarner's going to go in that one against Rue. 0-2 count. Givens delivery grounded down to third. Peterson inning. He's up. and records the out. Orioles get a chance in the ninth. Mancini, Jones, and Stewart will be due up. Race going on in the West. The last push in the weekend. The Cubs beat the Cardinals 8-4 today. Chris Bryant homered in the fourth after sitting out a couple. Kyle Hendricks, outstanding performance over 8 innings. The Cardinals got 2 in the ninth on 2 Cubs errors. Not enough. The Cubs now can clinch the National League Central with 1 more win over the Cardinals and losses by the Brewers tonight and tomorrow. So that's a lot to ask.
Right. Well, yeah, they're only 1 back. Talking about the Brewers, of course, they clinched the wild card, so they're going somewhere. But certainly, like to win your division. But Cubs have won 11 of the 19 games. So does that mean if they would tie, they would have to play, or does it go? I don't really know.
The tiebreaker?
No, I mean if they tie
for
the Central,
then they got to play.
Even
playoff game.
It's not a the Cubs have won 11 of the 19 games.
Nope.
So Osuna, as we mentioned, fastball, slider, hard thrower, comes over from the Jays. And there's that almost like a little cut fastball at 92 on the corner.
So Osuna on, looking for a save. Trey Mancini. Mancini 0 for 3 in the ball game. Jones, then Stewart, bottom of the ninth. 2-1 game. And that one's going to be fouled off right at the plate.
And Mancini, I mean, again, not a lot of at bats because he's so young. 1 for 3 off of Roberto Osuna. And again, that little cutter just, and again, right on the outside corner.
Osuna's appeared in 1 game against the Orioles this year. Worked for just an inning. Retired all 3. Into his glove goes the ball to first. 1 down. Well, a whole new ball game with RBI Baseball 18. RBI Baseball 18 delivers an all-new franchise mode and much more. RBI Baseball 18 available now. Learn more at rbigame.com. Rated E for everyone. Add 'em up.
And of course, Jonesy's a few more at bats, but again, not a lot of history. 1 for 9.
1 down, 9th inning. Adam Jones, the RBI double, came in the first inning. The only Orioles run in the ball game.
A check swing double over the first base bag.
Adam will foul it back. Fans, you know what they're thinking. Give me a long ball. Let us tear the roof off with a home run to tie the ball game up.
Osuna's thrown 1 all year, but only 37 innings because of the domestic violence extension. There's a little breaking ball that Adam does not chase.
Houston 2-5-0. The Orioles 1-5-0. Orioles have gone 1 for 3. Runners in scoring position have left 4. Astros at 2 for 6. They have left 6. And a 2-ball, 1 strike count from Osuna. Sip is the pitcher of record on the winning side, and Scott on the other side for the Orioles.
Well, he'll certainly look for something out over the plate, because Osuna's just either hitting the corner or not. Or the name of the game. Can you make a quality pitch in a hitter's count with the game on the line?
3-ball, 1 strike count. I have to wait, and they're going to go out and chat. Regarding the playoffs we were talking about, the rule is there is a 1-game tiebreaker played between the teams if they are tied for a division championship or for the second wild card berth. So you get a playoff game for a division championship or a second wild card berth, and they have to be played the day after the season scheduled to end. Home field advantage for that game. You get the tiebreaker rules. Yeah. How did you play against one another first? 3-1 delivery.
Yeah, so 96. So cutter, breaking ball, slider, whatever. And then when you do get a fastball, he adds, what, 4 miles per hour or maybe 3?
3-ball, 2 strike count. Osuna trying to put the ball game away for Houston, and victory 101 if they can get it. Adam Jones will go down swinging. Foul tipped, held on to. No. Foul ball. Stay up.
And then he goes right back to the cutter. Just a little movement in it. You can just see this little bit of spin, hold it off center. And he stays alive.
Osuna's blown only 1 save, 20 out of 21. 3-ball, 2 strike count. Outfield, deep. Way back. Marishnik in center. Full count delivery on the way, and Osuna will have to do it again. Adams been the big offensive player against Houston in the limited games that they have played this year, with the 1 for 3 he's had in this game, 6 for 15 with a home run and 5 RBIs against the Astros in 4 games. 3-2 again. Down to third, Bobby Dickerson. It's going to be a 9-pitch at bat at least. He's fouled off 5 of them. Three-2 delivery on the way again. In the air, left field. Does it have enough? No. Hauled in on the warning track. He gave it a ride, but a line drive, not quite enough underneath it, and Kemp makes the catch.
Yeah, you know, again, you see the bat, and again, another fastball. So he gets to it, but maybe just on the end or up on the label just enough, and Tony Kemp runs it down on the warning track. You can see once again how short the power alley is here at Camden Yards.
So there are 2 down. That will bring Stewart to the plate. DJ Stewart, of course, with power. 9th inning, 2 away, nobody on. Nasty pitch down and in for a strike.
Well, that's that cut fastball, and Garrett Cole's last pitch was 99, up and in for a strikeout. You see that strikeout in the 6th inning.
0-1 delivery on the way. Will miss inside. Houston trying to go 4-0 against the Orioles this year. If they get this win, they'll have won 12 of the last 13 that these 2 teams have played, and for Hinch and company, 101 wins. But you got to get that 27th hard out.
That's the great thing about the game, especially when you got a close game. It's kind of a prep for the postseason. You know, last year was Davinsky and Giles, and then eventually they went to some of their starters in the World Series. Reddick with one of the home runs looking on.
2-1. That'll just miss inside.
Yeah, that seems like it's a pretty good pitch, 2-1, except that we have seen when you speed up DJ Stewart bat, that's when he hits the home run. First major league home run on a changeup from Estrada, curveball from Robertson, changeup, Canley, and he can hit some off-speed pitches pretty well.
3-1 delivery on the way, and Stewart will punch that one into the Bermuda Triangle area, and that's going to fall in for a base hit. Second baseman, best chance, Gonzalez, but that ball had eyes on it, and the Orioles keep the ball game alive.
Yeah, I think it might have been Correa because they were playing the shift, and it's the shortstop. Yeah, I mean, right off the fist. So there, he's turning, and the ball's going to kind of tail a little bit, so over the shoulder, and he's been battling the oblique and the back and all that. Not an easy play. So it will fall and get the potential winning run at home plate.
John Andreoli will pinch run at first base. Stewart gets the base hit.
And then you bring a home run bat to the plate. So able to
Nunez coming up. He came on late in the ball game. Flied out his only at bat in the 7th inning. Two down, one on. Orioles down a run.
Boy, does he love the cut fastball, and why not? 92, usually able to get it right on the outside third of the plate. And when you look for that, he'll add 4 miles per hour to his fastball.
18,434. Seeing a real good ball game. 18,434 tonight. Doubleheader tomorrow, remember, 4 o'clock, single admission. Stepping out. Nunez, as Osuna wanted the signs again. McHugh worked an inning, couple of strikeouts. Sip out of the bullpen an inning. He had a strikeout. Cole, the starter, a run of 5 hits over 6. 0-1 delivery on the way, and that'll bounce, and the runner will go to second. So the wild pitch puts the potential tying run at second base.
Well, he just spikes it. I mean, straight down. 60 feet 6 inches of that front edge of the plate, and no way that you're going to block that pitch. So there's your tying run with great speed. Don't have to worry about line drives through the infield. Go on contact. Going to go through the signs now that there's a runner at second.
3 wild pitches Osuna this year. Andreoli down there at second base. And again, that 27th out sometimes can be so hard to find. Nunez, a 1-ball 1-strike count. He's facing Osuna for the first time in his career. Gonzalez will try and hold the runner close at second. In the air, center field. Will it die? Diving, and the catch made. Marisnik saves the potential tying run from scoring. Their best defensive outfielder shows why.
Yeah, off the end of the bat. Is it going to bounce? No, it doesn't. Glove before it hits the turf. Terrific play. Nunez thinking, boy, I might have just tied it up. Chance to win. Game over.
So a 1-run ball game is won by the Astros. They're 23-24 in 1-run games. The Orioles now 12-28 in 1-run ball games. Sip wins at 3-1. Scott's the loser, 3-3, and the save will go to Osuna, number 21. Doubleheader tomorrow. Our coverage will begin at 3:30. O's Extra, presented by Southwest. First game will be at 4. Dylan Bundy, Justin Verlander. Game 2 will begin 30 minutes following Game 1, a single admission doubleheader. This has been a Masson presentation. Tom and Rick, they're coming up to take a look at a well-played ball game and an exciting finish. For Jim Palmer and all of our crew, I'm Gary Thorne. Thanks, everybody. Have a very safe night out there. Adieu.